Making life count. Vale was a legend in the world of stunts. He'd cut his teeth jumping buses and travelling sideshows, then moved into bigger and bigger events. He did film work too, when the money or the challenge was right. On set, he moved with the calm precision of someone who had rehearsed danger 1,000 times. He wore a shaded crash helmet and a heavy leather protective suit, even between takes, partly for safety, partly because he preferred not to be seen. Crews joked he was made of rubber. Directors swore he was blessed. Vale never argued, never bragged, never demanded attention. He just worked. His rented room was small and tidy. A row of posters hung on one wall. A vintage theatre magician, an escapologist, a silent film daredevil, and a glossy stunt show print with Vale's own name on it. Cal Jennings was the opposite. Loud, brilliant, reckless. A rising stunt star with more talent than caution. He loved danger the way some people loved applause. He chased bigger stunts, hotter explosions, higher ramps. He wanted to be remembered. He wanted to be the next legend. Vale watched him with quiet concern. Cal's girlfriend, Mara, watched with fear. She stood at the edge of every set and event, hands clasped, eyes fixed on Cal as he pushed himself harder and harder. Vale noticed her every time. He didn't want to see her become a widow. He'd seen too many widows. The stunt that changed everything was a live event, the kind Cal adored. A massive crowd, cameras everywhere, a ramp built over a ravine like a dare to gravity. Vale and a few others were performing stunts too, but Cal was the main event. Vale inspected the setup. He didn't make a scene, he didn't shout, he simply saw the truth. The stunt was flawed, fatally flawed. Cal wouldn't survive it, and Cal wouldn't listen. Minutes before the final event, in the noise and chaos of final checks, Vale stepped into the car instead. Helmet down, visor shaded, suit zipped. No one noticed, no one questioned. Vale always wore full gear. The countdown began. The car launched. As Vale expected, the ramp angle was all wrong. The car twisted, dropped short, and vanished into the ravine below in a burst of flame. The crowd saw a fireball. The crew saw a legend die. No body was recovered. Tributes poured in. Vale was gone. Cal mourned him and blamed himself. A week later, Vale, very much undead, sat in his new room. He'd moved to one of his safe houses, a quiet apartment he'd prepared long ago just in case. The posters were already there, leaning against the wall, waiting to be hung. He collected the posters and brought them here straight after leaving the ravine, knowing it was time to disappear. He sat in the new room, helmet on the table, the night pressing softly at the windows. A folded newspaper lay beside him, a small article near the bottom. Local stuntman Cal Jennings marries longtime partner Mara, vows to continue film work but with fewer risks. He thanked the memory of his mentor, calling him the greatest stunt performer I ever saw. Vale folded the paper quietly. Cal would live, that was enough. He looked at the posters again. 4 lives, 4 selves, 4 versions of a man who'd never stayed anywhere long enough to be known. He'd lived too many lives to count. Magician, escapologist, silent film daredevil, stuntman. Eternal life came with drawbacks. Sunlight, blood, taken only from banks, never from people. New identities every few decades before anyone noticed he never aged. Over the decades he saved who he could and left when he had to. He kept the posters because they were the only things he allowed himself to remember. He had money, he had documents, he had time. Reinvention was easy. Deciding what to do with eternity was harder. He sat in the quiet room, contemplating the next life he might choose. He liked to perform. He liked to entertain. And the night settled around him, patient as ever.